everybody, what is going on today? It is a nice, bright, and sunny, warm day up here in Minnesota. My husband and I are just headed down to the art shop in Minneapolis, and for those of you who have followed our videos, we actually keep my miniatures, my earrings, and our 3D printed pieces in the art shop, and it's at Midtown Global Market, and it's off of Lake Street in Minneapolis. And the art shop is really part of a program that is part of celebrating the area, the culture, the diversity there within that area of Minneapolis, and it's something that is supported by that community and the city as well. And that's kind of how our shop got its start. And the nice, unique thing about the art shop is that it's kind of like it's a space where new artists can actually get their start and learn how to put things in the art shop. I know that there's about 70 plus artists who have their items in this shop, and so you will find a wide range of different kinds of mediums. And the best thing is that there's different people. We all try to volunteer in there. And my husband and I, we try to at least do this, 1 to 2 times a month, even though we are busy with shows and other things. And it just gives us experience on, we learn how to run a store on our own. We're responsible for the register, for opening and closing the register, for unlocking the shop. And we really just, I learned a lot of things from them. A lot of artists helped me understand how to package things, where they even get their packaging. I've learned from other artists and how they do their techniques. If you have questions, there's actually a group, that you can ask as a resource on what they do, and you find out how things are going for them, and also what other events and activities are happening outside. A lot of times we've had even event coordinators reach out to the art shop who, when they're looking for artists to participate in a larger scale event. And that's how we've actually gotten into some of the events themselves. And many of our other artists that are in the shop themselves have been involved in the art community in Minnesota here for quite a number of years. So they're very well connected. And so if you are looking for, a way to do this, there's shops in other areas that are in your area. There's also what we call the artist marketplaces. There's a couple other communities here in Minnesota. I think Minnesota is one of the more heavily supported states that they set aside money for artists. And even the theater community. We have a lot of theaters here in Minneapolis and St. Paul, and so they've always supported the arts here in our state. So there's places that you can go to, and all I did was go into the shop when I was first in there and just asked. I asked questions about how you get in, and a lot of times it's juried between a committee, so you have to take photos of your own work, and it's if you can take photos outside in natural lighting, or hang your things up on a wall if you have paintings, things like that, or just get help from somewhere else, just so that you can get photos to submit to the committee, and then they decide whether or not you're a good fit for their shop. But the worst thing they can say is no. And there's other resources that are within your communities if that's something that you're looking to do, but it does help. From where I first started, I would get a check monthly, and it wasn't that much in the beginning. I was happy if I got $5, and so it's now though the expectation is that it's going to be a much higher amount, but it takes time to, you have to remember to restock. And so that's one of the other things that we always try to redo whenever we are volunteering in the shop, which is today. So we have our bins, you can see behind me, in back, and we're going to have kind of a restock and work day, and then hopefully we'll get to meet other people that appreciate art as well. And that's, you know, all of today's video. So we can show you some scenes again as we go into the art shop, but it does vary. So like Saturday, they have live music until, you know, between 12 and 2 p.m. And they have a diverse like food court. So there's all kinds of foods and things. And I will say, for the small business owners that are in there, COVID before was very hard on a lot of people. So a lot of shops are no longer there. It is, you know, an area that does struggle economically. So sometimes, you know, we see other businesses kind of come, go, and move around, but there are other small business owners that represent kind of their own, like, heritage, their own culture and background. So, you know, that's they have different events that go along with the Midtown Global Market. So if you do get a chance to come take a look at that, I would recommend. We are usually there on Sundays just because it's one of the better days for our schedules, but if not everything is open on Sunday, so I'd really recommend, if you're going there, to go through like Monday through Saturday, and if you want to listen to live music, to go on Saturday, but get there before 2 p.m. and they don't really start it until 12. So but if you want to take a look at different places around there, get lots of different food. One of our places down there, they sell my favorite drink, bubble tea, and they actually, Fam's Deli, they actually catered our wedding. So, you know, there's this Moroccan place there. You know, they actually came over from Morocco, and it's one of our favorite places to get food from because it's so good. But, you know, there's other different kinds of cultures and places that are in there, and small business owners just like we are. So, just a good thing to come check out. All right. We made it to the art shop in Midtown Global Market, and there is the sign that is inside the store, but we're just getting ready and opening everything up. Now that we made it there, I'm back outside of the store and you can see that the gate is up, and I'm just kind of giving you a quick spin again for those of you who maybe haven't seen some of my other videos. But that is the food court area. They have everything from Asian food, they have pizza there, they have Mexican food, they have Moroccan food, they have Indian food, and right there, those are our store hours. And again, there are about 70 plus local Minnesota artists in our shop, and I'm just getting ready to open the gate. I did have to open up the register and make sure that it is balanced, and that is one good thing about being down in the art shop and volunteering in here, is not only do I get to know other artists, but I also get to learn how to run a store. So that's, you know, being responsible for opening and closing of a cash registered drawer, that's helping and responding to customers, and that's also helping, like, understanding how to merchandise or display your items and what's needed for that. And you can always ask other people and you can see other examples. But those are some of my earrings. There's my little leprechaun hats that I did show just a little bit earlier that I did put up in there, and there's some of my other designs that I do have in there, but mine again are polymer clay and some are resin. I do have little beaded chili peppers right there. Those are some of my last few, and my husband's just getting ready and putting price tags on some of his 3D printed items that I also showed earlier in the video. But there's our little areas. Again, I have the earrings, and then I have this right here for my little miniature sets that I do make out of polymer clay, and then the little coffins and the pastry cases, those are actually 3D designed and printed by my husband, and then I add my pieces inside, the mushrooms, the candle, and the little crystal ball. Those are glow in the dark, and then I add in my little sculptures in there, and that's my new little carrot tree. So with little polymer clay pieces on the outside, I had a little bit of fun playing with a new technique for the eggs, and there is the stand where we combine our 3D printed little bento boxes, lunch trays, and polymer clay. And you can see right there my husband designed that, and then he has his little mushrooms, the new pretzels, and the little milk cartons that we just recently designed a couple weeks ago. And then there's all of the other kinds of styles that you can see, and there's some more of my husband's. He did design and create the Eiffel Tower, the geometric shapes, little phone stands, and that red dragon is one of his new dragon designs. But he actually had a print that didn't turn out, and I just added one of my little, it was missing the top when it was done printing. I added that little polymer clay frog, and the little cat paw that you're seeing right there on the right does hold like cards, or it does hold signage and photos as well. So those are his unique designs. That's one thing that is different in the art shop, is they want you to bring in your own unique pieces. They don't want you to be reselling other people's designs. So that is something that has challenged him and keeps him motivated to continue creating. And then he has a few more pieces. There's his turtle design that he has right there. And this has just been really good to experiment and see what other people are responding to, what other people like. We always bring our new creations in there so that we can kind of test them out to see whether or not, you know, they're getting a good response from people that would go to an art shop that are not maybe artists themselves. And then there are, again, are some of my cards. Those are prints from either my acrylic or my digital illustrations. And then I do have some Minneapolis ones where I went around and I did take some photos. But that is it. All right, hopefully I can hold this steady, but I am sitting down at the little register here, and you can see we have a gallery space. We do feature artists of the month, and I've been an artist of the month a couple times here in the art shop. So yeah, we're here. We got all of our inventory up. I showed you some quick photos, and we come, you know, 1 to 2 times a month to restock. But that is kind of my day here. And it's Sunday. It's a little bit quieter. There are, let me turn this around, people in the food court right there, and just kind of getting their lunch and everything. But yeah, that kind of completes my day, and this is day number 28, so only 2 more days to go in my 30-day series, and then hopefully I'll be able to continue by just posting maybe 1 to 2 times a week, so you can see my updated studio progress. And yeah, I will continue to see you on this YouTube channel. All right, thank you. Bye. All right, that wasn't quite it, because we had snack time. So we had a big giant dosa with keema inside, and that is from Momo's in Midtown Global Market. If you ever get to try this, oh, it's so good, and they give you 2 different kinds of dipping sauces. But had to have something before it was the end of our time there. All right, we'll see you again. Please remember to hit that bell, subscribe, and thank you to all of those who have done that. And just really appreciate you hearing from you. So thank you again at Thank Cutie, and I will be back for more tomorrow.